friendly serpent. Under the burning gaze of the three suns, the land of Urumiri hummed with ancient songs. In the village of Nwanchi, the serpent maidens stood tall, their shadows stretching like long ribbons across the red earth. They were the keepers of the peace, bound to the spirit of Okwa, the legendary serpent who had protected their ancestors since the first dawn. Izia was the youngest of the serpent maidens. While the others practiced their rhythmic chants, she studied the shimmering serpent mark on her forearm. Her mentor, Nika, watched her with eyes as dark and wise as polished obsidian. "The bond is a conversation, Izia," Naneka whispered, placing a hand on the girl's shoulder. "If we stop listening, the magic falls silent." But the magic was doing more than falling silent. It was disappearing. Izia's mark, once a vibrant indigo that glowed like a fallen star, was turning the dull color of ash. As the ink faded, the winds around the village grew harsh and cold. The protective mist that kept the mountain predators away began to thin, revealing the jagged, hungry peaks beyond. "I must go to the Whispering Caves and find the source of scales," Izia declared, packing a small satchel with dried fruit and a gourd of water. Her friend Amadi, a boy known for his nimble fingers and brave heart, met her at the village gate. He handed her a walking stick, carved from heavy ironwood. "You won't go alone," he insisted. "The path is shifting, and the stones are restless." They trekked across the golden savanna, where the grass stood as tall as a man and swayed like the ocean. The three suns, ruby, amber, and gold, pulsed in the sky, creating long, overlapping shadows that danced beneath their feet. Izia and Amadi moved through the heat, guided by a faint, rhythmic vibration that only those marked by Okwa could feel. At the very edge of the world sat the Whispering Caves. The entrance looked like a great, yawning mouth carved into the side of a mountain made of blue crystal. Amadi paused, gripping the straps of his pack as the wind howled through the rocks, sounding like 1,000 voices. "The elders say the caves eat the sound of your own heart," he said, looking back at the long path they had traveled. Inside the cave, the floor was a river of obsidian glass. Izia stepped carefully, her reflection dancing in the dark surface beneath her feet. She had to navigate the trial of echoes, where the cave mirrored her deepest fears of failure. She closed her eyes and moved forward, focusing only on the tiny remaining warmth in her fading mark to guide her through the darkness. In the deepest, most secret chamber, she found him. Okwa was not a frightening monster, but a river of starlight shaped like a serpent. His scales were made of constellations, and his eyes were like twin moons. He looked tired, his massive head resting on a bed of glowing blue moss. Izia knelt before the Great Spirit, feeling the tiny spark of her mark pulse one last time. "Why do you fade, Great One?" Izia asked softly. The serpent's voice was not a sound, but a vibration in her bones. "The people have forgotten how to be friends to the earth. The bond is a two-way bridge." Izia offered her gift, a handful of rich soil from the village gardens, and a solemn promise to teach the old ways. Okwa leaned down, his snout touching her arm, and the indigo fire of the mark roared back to life. Izia and Amadi stood on the high ridge overlooking Nwanchi as the three suns began to set together. The village was once again bathed in a protective blue light, and the harsh winds had turned into a gentle floral breeze. Izia's mark was now a brilliant, pulsing jewel on her skin. The friendly serpent was awake and watching, and the land of Urumiri was whole once more.